XIII was found while he was still a small child. In a tradition that dates back to the 17th century, the Dalai Lama, or Ocean of Wisdom, is both the spiritual and secular leader of Tibet. Before that Chinese troops would invade Lhasa, the Dalai Lama instructed Tibetan officials in Beijing to begin negotiations. The 17-point agreement, in which Tibet was defined as being part of the Chinese motherland, was signed in Beijing without the Dalai Lama's consent. The reunification has the Chinese duties to perform. The Kalachakra ceremony, or Wheel of Time, is one of the most complex systems of theory and practice in Tibetan Buddhism. The 17-year-old Dalai Lama was initiated into this tantric tradition in front of hundreds of officials and monks at the Norbalinka Palace.
I think 16, 17. I already...
Here he is receiving Mang. He's not wearing glasses yet. The brother of His Holiness, Losang Samte, during the Kalachakra teachings. It looks like the people are throwing scarves forward to request the teachings after the mandala ceremony. It was what everyone did in Tibet, but these days His Holiness discourages it.
In 1954, the Dalai Lama received an invitation from the Chinese to go to Beijing. Most Tibetans were against the idea, fearing for his safety. The Dalai Lama, however, was determined to go, seeing it as an opportunity to be able to talk to Chairman Mao in person. Drepung Monastery had 10,000 resident monks. 8,000 of them were squeezed into the square to see the Dalai Lama as he arrived with his retinue to take his first exam. The monastery owned local estates and had some 20,000 tied peasants who worked the land and paid them taxes. The revenue paid for the prayer sessions and festivals which dominated monastic life. Feeding the monks for big events, like the examinations, was a huge, if somewhat rushed, process. The young monks run down from the cookhouse carrying huge tubs of sampa for their brethren who are sitting in the square. Sampa is roasted barley flour mixed with yak butter, tea or water to make dough. To celebrate His Holiness's presence, the monks are also given prayer scarves, tea and money.
Officials. Now His Holiness is offering the debate to the two abbots. During his early life, he had to go to a... So then he did not have time to study.
And also when he asked questions, so a bit more nervous. So I have...
Of course, we have received a lot, but for the first time, we saw when he was examined by the abbots, he was equal with those who are debating the monastery for lifetime, and the abbots find it quite difficult to debate with him.
The next exam was at Sera Monastery. The whole of the Dalai Lama's government travelled with him, allowing him to consult with them about the growing tension in Lhasa. At the same time, he had to prepare for the next series of debates. But the abbots each had their own individual style of arguing.
Opponent, good scholar, then